everybody, welcome. Today we're going to go through a beginner's routine. It's pretty simple, pretty basic, nothing advanced. Basically we're going to be doing some sun salutations, some warriors, some lunges, and some balancing poses. And I think what would be best is if you bring your mat parallel to my mat here. That way you can just mirror everything I do on my mat. That would probably be the easiest. So I'm excited to be able to do this with you guys today. Make sure you send me any questions you may have, and let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to begin standing. We're going to start at the front of our mat. So place our feet underneath our hips, and we're going to face the front of our mat. So hands at heart center here. We're just going to do a few breaths and then we'll get into it. So we're going to close our eyes. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Again, into the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth, and then one more time. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And we're going to go ahead and reach our hands up overhead as we open our eyes. Then we're going to bring them down to our feet, reaching for our toes. We're going to step our feet back. So now we're to a plank position. We're going to lower down, tucking our elbows into our chest, and then coming up to upward dog. And then coming back, lifting the hips to downward dog. You can pedal through the feet here. Just loosening up the muscles, warming them up, getting them ready to move. Then we're going to bring our gaze back to our hands, walking our feet forward, bringing them between our hands again, reaching down. We can bend our knees here again, straightening our knees, bending and straightening, just loosening up these muscles here. And then we're going to bring our hands back up to the ceiling, back to heart center. Exhale, and then inhale our hands back up, and we're just going to repeat. So back down, reaching towards our feet, planting our hands, taking our feet back to our plank, lowering our chest down to the ground, inhaling it up to upward dog, and then back to downward dog. Again, pedaling through the feet here. And this is also a good place to take child's pose. So you would put your knees on the ground, top of the feet on the ground, and then you would lay your chest down. Let's go ahead and come back up to our upward dog. And then back to our downward dog. And then walking the feet back up to the front, reaching down, and then all the way up, hands to heart center. Now we're going to go ahead and go into more of our routine. So we're going to lift our hands up. We're going to take our left foot back, and we're going to go right into warrior one. So we've got a lunge here in the front leg. Back heel is on the ground, and we're reaching our hips forward and our hands up. Breathe through this for a few moments. In and out of our nose. And then we're going to go ahead and open up to warrior two. Back into our lunge, back heel still on the floor, making sure our front knee is not coming in or out, it's just right over that ankle. And then our arms are extended and our gaze goes over the front fingertips. Just for a few breaths here. Then we're going to bend the front arm and we're going to take it to the front thigh, reaching our left hand up and overhead. And then taking that top hand back to the back leg, reaching the other arm up. And then back to our warrior two. And throughout these poses, you're always going to be breathing. So every time you move, you either inhale or you exhale, just in and out of the nose. Now we're going to go ahead and reach our hands to our front foot. We're going to bring up that back foot to meet the front, reaching down toward our feet again, back on up, hands to heart center. And we're going to take our front foot to the back of the mat, toes reaching forward. So now we're at a wide stance. We're going to go ahead and take our chest down to the ground, keeping our legs straight, reaching for the floor. And you can walk out your toes if you want. You can walk out your feet here to create a wider stance if you want a deeper stretch. And then you're going to want to reach your head down to the ground. Or you can stay up like this if you feel that's good enough for you. We're going to go to one side, walking it to the one side, back to the middle, and then taking it over to the other side, back to the middle. We're going to bend our knees, setting down, and then coming back up, reaching down far here, and then coming all the way up, hands up, and to heart center. We're going to walk in our feet just a little bit. Toes are still facing forward. Hands are going to come up and out to a T. We're going to reach our right hand forward, down to the foot, reaching our left hand up overhead, taking our gaze up to the ceiling. Then we're going to come back on up, back to the T, taking it to the other side, left hand reaching down to the foot, right hand up overhead. And we're just going to repeat that. So back to our T, reach to the right, drop the right, and raise the left. And then back up to the T, reaching to the left, dropping the left and raising the right. And then back up to the T. We're going to bring our hands to heart center, and we're going to face the back of our mat this time. So toes to the back of the mat, widen the stance a little bit, and we're going to take our lunge. So we've got our lunge here, but we're going to drop that back heel to the ground, reaching our hands up overhead to our warrior one. Watching again that front knee, making sure that it's not coming in or out, that it's just right over that ankle. Just a few breaths here, in and out of the nose. And then we're going to go ahead and open up. I like to widen my stance when I go into warrior two here, taking my front foot out a little bit more. Hands out to the side, reaching up and forward. Gaze to the front fingertips. Just a few breaths, holding this pose. Then bending the front arm, taking it down to the thigh, and the right arm goes up and overhead. And then come back hand to the back leg, and left arm up overhead. Remembering that front knee, making sure it's still nice and strong right on over that ankle. And we're going to come back down, reaching the arms forward into heart center. We're going to face the side of our mat again, toes to the side. Then we're going to go ahead and come to the front of our mat, reaching the back leg forward to meet the other up front. And now we're going to do a few balancing poses. So I'm going to go ahead and face you here. You can also face me as well. We're going to just work our way into tree pose. So we're going to go ahead and extend our front right leg, or our right leg here. You can use a wall if you need to, or a chair or anything to help support your balance. So we're just gonna work into our balance pose. So we're gonna extend our right leg here, pointing it forward, coming back to the center, and then pointing it right, lifting up above the ground, back to the center, forward again, center, and to the right. Now we're gonna bend at the knee, tucking the knee into the chest, holding it here, getting a good stretch there. And then we're gonna take the foot, the ankle behind us, still bending the knee, stretching out the thigh, still keeping our balance here. And now we're gonna go into tree pose. So we're gonna bring the foot, the inside of the foot to the inside of the other leg. You can either have your toes touching the ground for more support here. You can go to your calf or you can go to your thigh. Make sure you just avoid the knee so there's not any added pressure there on the joint. And then find a spot to stare at so that you can keep your balance. And you're just going to stand here for just a few breaths, in and out of the nose. Feeling the chest rise as you inhale and drop as you exhale. Take 2 more breaths. And 1 more. Awesome. We're going to go ahead and lower that right leg. And we're going to go ahead and extend the left leg. So forward again, back to the center, out to the side, pointing the foot, back to the center. Forward again. We're just playing with our balance here. Slowly easing into it. And then off to the side. Back to center. We're going to hug that knee into the chest now. Pointing the foot. Feeling a good stretch in that hip. And then taking it back. Feeling the good stretch up front again. And here again, you can use a wall if you need to. You can extend the opposite arm up above or out in front. Anything that helps you balance. And then take tree pose. So again, to the floor at the ankle, to the calf, or up to the thigh. Hands to heart center. Again, we're just going to breathe. So inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Two more breaths. And one more. Awesome, we're gonna drop that left foot. We're gonna face the mat now. Hands on up overhead, we're gonna reach down towards the ground. Plant the hands, take the feet back. Lower your chest down to the ground. Inhale to upward dog, stretching through the hips, and then back to downward dog. Walking through the feet again, pedaling through those legs, keeping things warm. And we're gonna look up to the front. We're gonna bring the left foot forward. So now we're just to a low lunge. Hands to the inside of the front foot, and we're going to extend the left arm up to a twist. So if you're here, you can open, if you need a little bit more room, you can always bring that front foot out a little bit, set the hips down lower, and you can use that thigh to make the twist. You can do the twist this way, and then this is the next stage. You can also lower the back leg down to the ground if you need a little bit more support there, and you can still take the twist. All right, we're gonna come forward again. Foot to the middle of the mat, hands down, taking the front foot back and the back foot forward, so we're just switching them again. Low lunge on the other side, walking the foot out to the side and bringing the hands to the inside of the foot. And now we're just going to take the twist to the other side. So right hand up, and again, take any modifications that you need to. Awesome, and we're gonna bring it on down. We're gonna take that front foot back, lowering on the chest, inhaling to upward dog, and then we're gonna take child's pose here. Now, if you want a deeper stretch in the lower back, you can widen the knees as wide as the mat and still sit the hips back. That just opens things up a little bit more. We'll just take a few breaths here. Awesome, we're going to come block our hands up again, coming to a plank, lowering the chest down, tucking the elbows in, lifting up the chest, and then taking the hips back and up, walking through the feet again to our downward dog, looking forward, bringing our feet forward in between our hands, reaching for our toes, and then setting the hips down on the ground. We're going to take our staff pose. So we're going to put feet forward, reaching for our feet here, flexing our feet, reaching our toes back, and then reaching our hands towards our feet. Awesome, and then we're going to go ahead and take our back now, so we're going to lay on our back. We're going to tuck the knees into the chest, just rocking back and forth here. Just getting a small massage on that lower back. You can go in circles, both ways. Kind of rock back and forth. Then we're going to extend the legs and we're going to take what we call our Shavasana. So this is the last pose. This is where we do most of our meditation here at the end of class. So you're going to put your heels on the ground, toes are turned outward, arms are on the ground, palms facing up, and we're going to relax our body here. We're going to let our breath go naturally. And we're going to feel with every exhale our body lowering deeper into the ground, becoming heavy and relaxed. We're going to clear our mind here, focusing only on our body and the way that we feel. And we're going to do a few breaths where we count. So breathe as I count. I'm going to inhale for 4 and then exhale for 4. So we're going to go ahead and begin on an inhale. So exhale here. And inhale, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, and just breathe. Again, keep your mind still and clear. If you have a thought that comes in, just let it pass, let it go as easily as it came. Now with our eyes closed, we're going to go ahead and come to our side. We're going to lay on our side here, bending our knees, coming to a comfortable side position. Still keeping a deep breath and a clear mind. And then again, with our eyes closed, we're going to come up to a comfortable seated position. Hands on our knees. Still keeping a calm and quiet mind. Hands to heart center. We're going to go ahead and open our eyes as we reach our arms up. And then we're going to reach our right hand over to the left. And then back to the center, hands on up. And then reach the left hand up overhead. And then back up to the front, hands to heart center. We're going to just take a simple twist. So left hand to the right knee, reaching the right arm behind, and taking the gaze to behind you. And then coming back to center, right arm to the left knee, left hand behind you. And then coming back to center. We're just going to take a few more breaths here. Inhale through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Again, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And one more time, in through the nose, and out through the mouth. Namaste. Thank you for joining me, you guys. I hope that you were able to find what you needed through this routine, and make sure you message me with any questions that you have or any requests, and I look forward to next time with you. Thank you.